Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is New Year's Eve morning, and we are live from Studio B for a B-Sides broadcast. Won't be too long because there's a lot of preparations to be done. I'll tell you a little bit about my daily prep today. Well, I had to go buy some cold cuts, just so people have something to pick on later on tonight. The house is generally clean. We like to try to keep things tidy and organized around here, but now I have to go replace a toilet seat. A toilet seat. The toilet lid snapped off. Now I hope Home Depot has the right size, and then I have to go and endeavor to make that work. So I don't know what's going on with you guys on this December 31st, 2025. I mean, we are just hours away from being able to say 2026. Just one of those things, you know? One of those things. And today I want to take some calls. I'm looking at the Rumble chat. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Where the hell is it? It was just here. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I should have had that up. There you go. The YouTube is up. It's good to see you guys. And then also we're going to be in Pilled. Subvet. A lot of reverb? What do you mean a lot of reverb? Do you guys have audio issues right now? There should not be audio issues. I don't hear anything. Anyway, I am just so happy to have a little bit of time here for some parting shots. And this is what I want to do. I want you guys to call in. I'm going to be reading the general chat. If you have super chats, I'll read those as well. But call in. 914-200-0269. It is a quick pitch like we usually do on December 24th at 11:45 p.m. whenever I'm not fighting off the ague. Okay? You know? So I was battling with the ague this year, so we couldn't have our Christmas Eve midnight telethon, which is just so sacred to me. I love that. So you call in tonight, this morning, on the B-Sides, 914-200-0269, and you say, Frank, Happy New Year, whatever. Here's my goal, or here's my parting shot for people. You can read one of your favorite quotes. Okay? I'll give you an example. I have I got a Christmas card from my wonderful friend and college history professor, Lawson Bowling, Professor Lawson Bowling, who will be on the show sometime in January. And he says, I hope a Merry Christmas and a great 26, as great a 26 as ever, Lawson. But what he sent me was a fall 2025 edition of his parting shots that we always used to get at the end of our semester when we were in college. And it would just be, he would put things in there, and of course, everybody else. I actually got into parting shots a couple of times. So there's that. There's that to put out there. Here's a couple for you. Ready? So Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Well, we're going to invest in knowledge a little bit. Leo DeRocher, who was a longtime New York Baseball Giants manager. If you don't win, you're going to be fired. If you do win, you've only put off the day that you're going to be fired. Just think about that. Yes. That was the first long, hot sip of the coffee. I've been waiting for you guys. And again, thank you. Look, you can see the wonderful frothy top of the Nootropic creamer, Keto Brainz, which is going to make me go boom. And I'm going to be organizing the house and getting my ass on the road to go find myself not only some cold cuts, but a brand new toilet seat. And just let you know that the 20% off on ketobrainz.com is still active. I mean, there's no giveaway. We're going to come up with something for January, but the 20% off on Keto Brainz is still active until midnight tonight. If you're just like, oh, you know what, Frank, I want to try this stuff. Can you send it to me? Email me right now, frank@quitefrankly.tv. Say, Frank, I need a sample of that Keto Brainz. 2026 is different. I want to treat my brain different, and I want to have a nice, cozy morning routine like you. And, you know, in a couple of months, it's going to start getting warm outside. And I'm going to be blending this into my iced coffee too. So it's all good. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for giving us the coffee bean and the coconut. All right, let's see here. Gifted some Keto Brainz to some friends for Christmas, and they loved it. Well, I'm happy to hear about it. Thank you, Kenny. Let's see here. Rejoice in hope, endure in affliction, persevere in prayer. Romans 12:11. There's all the good stuff in here. St. Catherine of Siena. Start being brave about everything in 2026. Bill Bowerman. The real purpose of running isn't to win a race. It's to test the limits of the human heart. In my case, physically, the physical limits. St. John Paul II, consult not your fears, but your hopes and your dreams. Think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled potential. Concern yourself not with what you tried and failed in, but what is still possible for you to do. This is what I'm talking about with parting shots. Mark Twain. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Theodore Roosevelt. To educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society. Wow. What do we have right now but a bunch of overeducated menaces that are leading a bunch of mal-educated losers around like foot soldiers? There's a little bit more here. But I want you guys to call in 914-200-0269. Give everybody a New Year's wish and maybe a parting shot or something, a nugget of wisdom. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Rosie says, rainbow cookies? Oh, yes, there must be rainbow cookies here tonight. And I'm also I have some brandy balls I want people to try. I am hesitant to give out the brandy balls because there's only so many left, but people have to try it. I will put my balls in people's mouths tonight. Wart Guy says, Happy New Year, Franklies. Yes. Like Roosevelt was a moral man. Well, you know, when you think about the people we have around us today, makes Roosevelt kind of a saint. But yeah. Let's see. All the best to you and yours. Education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make a man more a clever devil. C.S. Lewis. It's essentially, that's it. I mean, that's it. No doubt about it. Clever devil. Well, listen, it's C.S. Lewis. Always tip of the cap to C.S. Lewis. There you have it. Let's see here. Let's see. I had a few other things that I wanted to do. Let me go over. Gypsy Princess says, although I have a sinus congestion, ear infection with a ruptured eardrum, so my hearing is pretty crap right now. It'll be okay, Gypsy. We just got over all of that. Your ear, it's okay. You'll do better. Everything's will be all right. And let me know when it all goes back to normal. Chris Casey says the agoo. Yes, the agoo is a gooin'. Okay, and let's see. I hooked my sister on Keto Brainz, says Susie Q. It's very easy to get hooked on it all because it's good. You know, you're not popping peanut M&Ms. You plug into something nice. I love the Peaky Blinders hat. Oh, thank you, Missy. Thank you. This hat was given to me a few years ago by Tony Black. I actually have a video here from Tony Black. Tony Black is let me see. No, that's not going to work.
Okay.
I have a video here that my mother sent to me. Let me
so
hold on.
You saw the guy. You saw some guy.
I'm going to transform this and rotate it 90 degrees.
And like
he told a story that my mom wanted to send to me. She thought it was hilarious. It's a story about his old boxing days, and one of the key moments in which he made the decision to stop boxing, and it was when he came in contact with an old boxer he used to look up to, I believe, who just kept repeating himself because his brain was just mashed potatoes at that point. But it's just the way that Tony delivers this, and since you brought up the hat, it made me think of Tony because he gave me this hat. I have to bring it to the dry cleaner. It should be dry cleaned. But take a listen to this story. You are hearing it here first, and probably you're hearing it here only.
You want the story again?
Yeah.
Where were we?
So you saw the guy. You saw some guy.
Oh, I was boxing, and like Dennis James, the announcer, says, "Watch this boy. He's another woolly pip." And then one day I'm in the gym. I'm about to get into the ring to spar, and one guy seen this man sitting down, and he says to the guy, he says, "I remember you." He says, "What's your name?" My name. I don't want to hurt that. My name. I got in the ring, I sparred, I worked out the whole program, and then I says, "You know what? Did I curse?"
Yeah.
I says, "Fuck it." I says, I went and took a shower. I took my every stuff out of the lock. I went to Bobby Gleason. He was the owner of the gym. I says, "Here's the keys to my locker." I says, "Fuck this shit." That was it.
My name.
That's right. Not me, the guy.
I know.
My
you
name.
do you.
When I heard that, my name. I says, "I don't believe this." And the guy was an old timer. I says, "This is going to be me." I says, "Fuck this shit. I'm going." My father.
So wait, say Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, a healthy, prosperous one. I hope everybody hits a good number. And I hope Mary Ann gives me a number. Maybe I can play it today.
Yeah, okay. Well, then hopefully she came up with the winning number for Tony, who's going to turn 96 in the new year. And I mean, there you go. We talk about some foresight. I worked the whole program. Here's this guy. He can't answer a basic question because his brain is mashed potatoes. He said, "Fuck this." So there you go. There you go. How did your family meet Tony? I think that my mother and Tony started becoming friends just by the merit of them all hanging out at the boardwalk. They're sun bums, they're beach bums. But I also coached baseball in the league that Tony's grandsons played in as well. They weren't on my team. So there was a couple of years there too where while I was coaching on the team, Tony was in the stands and his grandson's playing center field on another team, and there was all that, and we just became really, really great close friends. And now they practically are family. Well, he is at least. So I had to show that to you guys, and thank you for asking about the hat because I wouldn't have brought it up. Let's see, you just tuned into the stream. Very first thing I hear is Frank promising to put his balls in people's mouths tonight. I sure hope that's a New Year's reference. Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. No, trust me, nothing that exciting is going to happen for me. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Yes, I made it for a live stream, says Dave's Vault. You know what, Dave's Vault? This guy over here, specifically in the chat chat on YouTube, and I'll go to Rumble and Pilled next, and we're gonna start taking your calls. 914-200-0269. Give me a buzz. Whoa! Give me a buzz and call in with your own New Year's parting shot. It could be your own a quote that you love, that you reference to for inspiration every new year or whatever the hell it is. Give me a buzz and just be a part of it. But Deus Volt over there, He was the first. That's the first person who ever left like a super thank you, like a paid comment on a. I didn't know that you can put a super chat in the comment section of a video that's already been live. Thank you for that. Who is this? What's in your mouth? A cheese stick? Okay, come over here. Look at this kid. Nobody's seen you. Nobody's seen you in a while. Nobody's seen you in a while because you had the ague. You like Daddy's hat? You like Daddy's hat? Oh. So tell everybody how you feel now.
Good.
Tell them all about your ear. Tell them how weird that whole thing was.
Well, first I thought I was under an ocean.
And then?
And then I go to Dr. Lurie's.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like what she did, but
What'd she do?
she did a little like nose sucker thing. But it go to my ear hurt.
Yeah. She was irrigating your ear with water,
Yeah.
and you didn't like that. But then we came home and we started putting you in the bath, and we started putting warm drops of water in your ear to clean out your ears, and then suddenly when we got back home from Mimi's birthday dinner on Saturday night, what happened?
My ear popped.
Oh, how did that feel?
Good.
It felt great.
Did it feel good?
Yes.
What else?
I.
Well, listen to your voice. Hello?
So what do you want to tell everybody for the new year?
I hope you have a good new year.
And what do you want to do for the new year? Do you have any new year goals?
Nope.
Do you anything you want to learn in the new year?
Nope.
Anything you want to invent?
Nope. I just like my cousins and they're coming over tonight.
All you want to do is play with your cousins tonight? That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's been good to hear. People haven't heard from you in a while because you weren't feeling so good, but now you're 100%, and I'm glad you stopped by to say hello. Show everybody your what is this? Your baby bear?
Yeah.
Show them your bear. Oh, you're feeding the baby bear? What kind of milk do they have?
They drink our kind of milk.
They-
Whatever milk we drink, they drink.
So they drink cow's milk?
Yep.
What about bear milk?
There's no bear milk.
Of course there's bear milk. They're mammals. Their boobies fill up with milk and they feed their babies.
He's mine.
Oh.
And you know who's my husband?
Who's your husband?
You.
Me?
Yes.
Well, that's going to pose a problem because I'm already married to Mommy.
No, you're not.
I have to be married to Mommy.
You can't be.
That's the way it goes, kid. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this? Go take care of that baby. You're feeding him so nicely. And
You get me out here. I'm not going.
you have to go.
I can't.
You have to go.
I can't go.
Did you break the toilet?
No.
Who broke the toilet, Mommy?
Yeah. With her big butt.
What? Don't let her hear you say that. I'm going to tell Mommy that you accused her of breaking the toilet.
I'm going to tell my mom, but I just...
Don't say it. All right. Say Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody!
There she is. She heard it. Mommy heard it. Well, she's just a little pistol, isn't she? Out of the mouths of babes, as they say. Candace Phillips. It's okay. I'm gonna. Oh, I want some bear milk. that has put me in the mood for some bear milk. I think next year I'm going to endeavor to put some polar bear milk into my coffee to enhance the keto brains, of course. So I wonder if I'm going to be in trouble when I leave this room. So anyway, let's see. Waltzy says, "Yay, cousins! Worth the New York taxes to be close." That's that's really what it is. Even though the cousins are flying in from Florida at this point, but I don't know how long until they come back too. Let's see here. Reading Narnia for kiddos. How impressed with C.S. Lewis and his nods to Christianity. Yeah, I've got a lot of good stuff here. I got a lot of great stuff. There's a few. Well, I can't wait. Ready Player One. I'm good to go. Oh, blubber. It's good stuff. Got a whole bunch of classic Game Boy games on this. I actually have my Game Boy still. I have my Game Boy with the Pokemon games and Kirby. You remember Kirby? Was it 10:52? We're making great time. I'm only going to stay on for an hour. All right, let's keep going. So 914-200-0269. The lines are finally open. Give me a buzz. Good job, Frank. Change the subject ASAP. Yes, let's just keep going. Frank's doing Coke again. Yes, that is my Coke. I'll just bury my nose into an old book or any kind of a book and flip through the pages just to see what kind of paper they used. Because some paper just smells good even when it's fresh, but other paper smells even better when it's aged. You know? Aged paper. I have Kirby. I have Tetris. I have Super Mario. I believe it's Pokemon Red. The original Pokemon Red. Bomberman. I have Bomberman. There's a few other things in there. I feel like I had baseball too. But that's all I got for you. Oh, I also have this. I was talking about these last night because I couldn't give away. Did you break the toilet, Frank? No, the toilet was in good working order when I left the house last night. When I came home, I was informed. Got a small bag of Mercury Head dimes. That's what I'm talking about. There's a certain kind of glow that you just know is silver. Small bag of the Mercury Head dimes from Tony at Quite Frankly Gold, because like I said, I usually give everybody an ounce, but now we're talking about nearly $100 an ounce. So this year, and I'm going to see most of everybody tonight, dime, and then whatever's left over, I'll keep some, and maybe I'll give away some there too, because I just, it's one thing to stack silver because there's the melt value. It's another thing when you just really contemplate the history that's in your hands. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's only like one or two Roosevelt dimes in here. Everything else is just 1930s to close to the turn of the century, 1918. You're talking about just, the wrapping up of World War I. How many hands this has been in, how many transactions they have played a part in, how many illegal activities they played a part in. What? I don't know. Was it part of a ransom? I don't know. Just give a little head to everybody. Make it a Mercury Head. Damn. I'm telling you, the morning streams are different. Don't have to write a damn thing. There's just something that flows. That's that. Okay. So explain which ones are silver. They're all silver. If it's prior to 1965, so 1964 and 1964 and earlier, they're all silver. Here, let me find one. Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on. Oh, here's a call. Here, the calls are coming in. Hey, 607, you're on the air. What do you got for us for New Year's Eve parting shot?
Hey, Frank, New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. How you doing, brother?
Happy New Year's Eve. Go ahead.
Well, I got no quote for you. I just wanted to call in and say Happy New Year's Eve. This is Stucky over on Pilled.
Hey,
Cheers,
Stucky.
brother.
Good to have you. Oh, a New Yorker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's great to have you on, man. It's good to have you on. Usually it's only a chat room exchange, so it's good to hear your voice.
Oh, no, I've called in several times. I just normally say, hi, this is James. I'd never give him my tag. I don't want to be that guy.
Well, you can be that guy. Don't worry about it. It's great to have you on, Stucky.
Cheers, brother.
Okay. Well, and a happy New Year to you and everybody. If you ever see Stuck in NY in the Pilled chat, become a friend of his. Click on through, join one of his streams, and hang out with him. So, thank you.
Oh, God bless you. Oh, man, I don't know. Frank just might have cursed you guys. Have a great one, Frank. Kick its ass. I'll see you around, brother.
All right. Same to you. Well, listen, we bring blessings and curses, all of us. Let's take another one. 714, Happy New Year's Eve. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, Frank. Happy New Year. This is Maureen.
Oh, Maureen, it's good to have you on.
Why, thanks. You and I communicated several times via email. And I wanted to wish you and your family the most wonderful New Year. And of course, your family includes Tony Black, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever watch the gun drummer video I sent you?
Yes. Yeah. Now I know which Maureen you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew that would do it.
Absolutely. No, it's great. And there's quite a few people out there who have done some good gun drumming out there. And yeah. And so I just love all that stuff. And again, this audience is a source of endless entertainment. It's almost like I have thousands of other eyes that are just watching things for me and sending me good things. So I thank you for that and everything else.
Wow, that's got to be a lot of fun. Hug your daughter, kiss your wife, and have the happiest, most prosperous New Year, my friend. And I'll talk to you again another time.
Same to you. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. And speaking of our friends out there, here's a little something I wanted to throw out. Because this is a time of reflection, and I know it's all psychological to say we're leaving 2025 behind, because there was, I don't know, maybe there was something physical about the year instead of just the turning of a page and the numbers. What is a number? But this is from our friend Methods, okay? And he put this out there just around Thanksgiving time. I've been holding it for where we are right now. And Methods said, this hit me right in the feels, and I hope the same for you all if you need it. And here's what he retweeted. As we get closer to a new year, you'll start seeing a lot of people sharing everything they accomplished in 2025. And I love that for them. But if you're sitting here feeling like your biggest accomplishment was simply making it through 2025, give yourself some grace. Getting through a hard year is still growth, it's still courage, and it's still something to be proud of. Strength doesn't always show up as big wins. Sometimes it's just you choosing to keep walking when life handed you every reason to stop. Wonderful. Okay? I like being able to create a comfy, cozy kind of a broadcast for people so that even if you feel like this has been the worst day, the worst week, I'm going to this lounge that I like to kind of let loose on. But many of those times, like I said last night, I'm opening up the door to the Quite Frankly lounge every night. There's quite a few times that I open up those doors for you guys, and I'm not feeling my best. I'm not thinking my best and all that stuff. But it's all right. It's okay. And sometimes, you don't need to find the perfect thing to say. You don't need to have the perfect piece of advice for people. Sometimes you just got to sit in the same room, and you could be quiet too. And it's all right. And so just want to keep that in mind. Whereas I like to talk about the good things, the big triumphs and, optimistic, outlooks, real. What is real can sometimes be construed as pessimism or being a downer, but that's just not what life is. It's real is just ups and downs, and sometimes you get quite a few more downs than ups. The big thing is this, though: understanding dark and light, understanding what those energies really generate as far as power goes. And just like if you're going to take Star Wars for an example, why it's so easy to slip into the dark side, the temptation, using all those dark energies to brew up some kind of form of, personal empowerment and whatever. And it is powerful, and it can drive you to do crazy things. And you could accomplish a lot with bad intentions. You probably can. And someone would argue, and I have made the argument before, that anger is better than depression. Depression is, there was just where is it? Listen to this. This was a clip from, let's see, where the hell we at? David Lynch talking about suffering. And I think it's really great. It's a great thing to consider. Let me get this up right now. Hold on a second. All right, take a listen to David Lynch, who just passed away this year.
You don't have to suffer to show suffering. You don't have to be filled with turmoil to show turmoil. Have it in the story. I don't know what goes on in artists' heads, but I think all the great artists loved working. A lot of people say, well, suffering is good for art. Look at Van Gogh, they say. And I say, let's take a look at Van Gogh. Van Gogh didn't go out painting because he hated it, or he was suffering. The only time he was happy probably was when he was painting. He painted because he loved to paint. And the rest of his life was pretty miserable. He didn't sell anything. He was broke. A lot of times he's probably really hungry. It's just common sense. Suffering reduces. It's the enemy. Negativity is the enemy of creativity. It's common sense. If someone is depressed, they say they don't even feel like getting out of bed, let alone working.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why do I bring that up? Because in that state, yeah, you don't want to get out of bed. You say, oh, well, some of the most greatest artists of all time, they were depressed, and that was like the inspiration for their. No. Maybe you have perspective. It's only when you're able to get out of that funk and put pen to paper or brush to canvas that perhaps you can take some of that perspective of having dabbled and been in those dark places, contrast it against the light, to try to tell a story of what it's like to be in there. But that's not that's not the inspiration. It's very hard to be inspired and to act at all when you are depressed. And that these great works of art are usually something that you are put together by people who had a lot of problems that were able to distance themselves from that ball and chain for a little while to get it done. And that's why I say anger is a lot more of an empowering. It's better to be angry than it is to be depressed, because at least when you're angry, you're up. You have the motivation to do something, even though that motivation may be misplaced, and you're probably not thinking clearly, and you might regret what you do. And whereas there's power there, the power of the good is so much more. It's so much more potent. That's why when you have the Sith versus the Jedi, it takes so much longer to master the light, because there's so many more things you have to face inside of yourself to be able to defeat, instead of giving into things like fear and anger and all that stuff and being able to, suck and leech off of that, which will get you some places, but will also limit you in the long run and maybe burn out some really, really necessary centers, heart centers and all that other stuff, and kill you spiritually over time. Like, what we always say, you can tell the people who are dabbling in dark energies out there because they physically rot faster. Why do I bring this up? Because like I said before, during the course of a year, there's many years where there's a lot more down than up. It's 365 days. Sometimes you can live 5 days in one day. There's so many changes of emotions and all that and all the rest. But when you have some really good things that happen, or you're able to really invest in the people and the things that make you truly, truly happy, even if it's just those quiet moments of peace in your living room. You don't have to be on a river on a riverfront somewhere in Paris in the 1920s, living the good life with the lost generation of American expat writers or anything like that, living in some golden age. You can have those incredible moments in your living room, like last night on YouTube and Instagram. Right before I went to bed, around 1:20 in the morning or something, I posted another picture of my Christmas tree outside, right outside the door, glowing gorgeously in the living room on the 6th day of Christmas, with only about 6 days left before that's the Band-Aid ripping day that has to come down. That right there, knowing that my wife and daughter are upstairs sleeping, everybody's home, and the tree is on, I don't know where I'd rather be. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I didn't. There's no bus ticket to any destination that would have been preferable. Any plane, the booking of a yacht somewhere. That's what I'm talking about. And it's those little nuggets of light that can carry you through. And that's what you got to realize. And that goes back to what Method said about giving yourself some grace if 2025 was in fact a little bit more of a challenge than it was you being in a flow state. So just something to gnaw on. Give yourself some grace. All right, let's go to some more super chats. We'll go to some more calls. We have about 20 minutes left with each other. And here's some more parting shots from Professor Bowling. This one, Calvin Coolidge, my favorite 20th century president. If all men are created equal, that is final. If they are endowed with inalienable rights, that is final. If governments derive their just power from the consent of the governed, that is final. No advance, no progress can be made beyond these propositions. And that's why whenever I go to bat for Calvin Coolidge, I'm like, he was the best we had in the 20th century. And everybody's like, he didn't do anything. I was like, exactly. Some of the best things that an American president can do is to veto and to do nothing and to mind their business. It's one of the best things. And it's just like, he didn't do anything. I'm like, yeah, well, look at what doing things gets us. Walk while you have the light, so that darkness may not overcome you. Whoever walks in the dark does not know where he is going. While you have the light, believe in the light, so that you may become children of the light. John 12:35b to 36. Bob Decker. They have Easter egg hunts in Philadelphia, and if the kids don't find the eggs, they get booed. That's just a little bit more of a testament to the state of the average Philadelphia sports fan. They would boo children who don't find the Easter egg hunts, the Easter eggs that they're hunting for. Oh, you Philly people, you really are disgusting. Okay, let's move on. Unlimited tolerance must lead to the disappearance of tolerance. Karl Popper. Think about that. Unlimited tolerance must lead to the disappearance of tolerance. That's where we are right now. All the things we never used to tolerate have now taken root and grown into their own power, and now they are showing you how intolerant they are. Let's see here. I have another one from Horace in memory of Greg Reedy, class of 98. We'll do that in just a second. 817, you're on the air. Give us some New Year's Eve thoughts.
Sure. So my parting thought would be everything that you're doing has to be for a purpose. Ultimately, every single small action that you make is going to compound over time. Not to get too personal, but this year for me was what I would describe as a watershed year, because I had whatever you want to call an enlightenment, third eye open. Essentially, I look at it from the perspective that I realized a lot of the things that I was doing, either I was doing because I felt like I was trying to put on this persona or put on this act so others could see my own actions, see what I was doing, and praise me for it. But I really wasn't doing things that were either going to get me as far as I wanted to go, or they weren't things I really cared about. So just to kind of sum it up, I think there's no better leave-off proverb or little paragraph than Teddy Roosevelt with the man in the arena. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena. And just to fast forward a little bit, the man who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who never knew victory nor defeat. The reason I bring this up is because I think a lot of us from years past, maybe they've had, 3 great awakenings, or maybe this is their first time ever experiencing true freedom. True freedom isn't necessarily financial, but I would say it's something that you said earlier. It's seeing your family around a Christmas tree and knowing that you've got a home. Sometimes it's knowing that you're not John Candy in planes, trains, and automobiles, where you actually have a place to go. And other times it may be just the simple moments in life to where you understand that not everything has to be perfect. In fact, imperfection is sometimes the best that we can do. And that's what makes life worth living. So for 2026, and really for any time going forward, understand that it's the small moments over time that make life worth living. It's not necessarily that you have to be perfect or that you're going to be in a state of perfection. It's about trying to move towards a better position and not thinking about what other people have envisioned for you. So, Frank, that's really all about I have to say. And if you have anything you want to add, go for it.
No, you said it all, and I'm so happy you brought up the man in the arena, because I had a Teddy Roosevelt quote here from my professor's parting shots sheet, but of course, those words that he published in 12. It was. I thank you for putting all that together. I can't add anything to that. Thank you for this, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, and to your family. God bless.
God bless. Yeah. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, is at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. chef's kiss. It's great. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the Roosevelt administration, him clearly being the first real progressive president. But you know, as far as the mindset, as far as that rugged American thought, that way of going about the way of going about your business in the world and conducting yourself. I mean, this is you have to keep these thoughts. You have to come back to these thoughts every once in a while. It's so great. So thank you so much for bringing that up. Wonderful stuff. In fact, I'm going to I got to share that on Instagram. I'm going to do that in a little bit. Okay, we're almost done. Let's see. Let us see here. Jesse J. Sem says, Happy New Year, Frank, and thanks for another great year of shows. God bless you and your lovely family. God bless you, my friend. You all. I love these morning streams. AK says, when is Robert Sepper coming on? He said that he would be coming on in January, that he's dealing with some legal issues. But once that comes together, he's coming on the show. You know, I got a pretty open line to him. Razor Fist said he wants to come back. He says, that sounds great. Let's do it. I pitched him January 22nd. I think that's a Thursday. I pitched him January 22nd. Let's see. I pitched Jeff Harmon, I think February 4th. Well, who else do I have here? Let's see. Lindsay Sharman is coming on January 7th. Demon Erasers. You're going to like this guy. Demon Erasers is coming on January 8th. Akira the Don. He'll be on with me on Saturday night, January 10th. We're going to be talking about flow states, keeping yourself in the flow and just moving with things, going with the current and not against it. Robin McCutcheon, Jay Gould will be on for his couple of his appearances. Gigi Young is coming back on January 14th. Megan Fox. I got Vinny Brusco and Alberto Monto. Okay, so Vinny Brusco, my buddy, and Alberto, both Italians, both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, both into conspiracy theories and all that other stuff. I think that night on January 20th is going to be great. I told Anthony about it too. He said, I'll be there. Because Anthony goes to the NAMM convention the next day on the 21st. So on January 20th, that's going to be great. We're going to have a room packed full of Italian men. January 21st, Robert Morrow Jr. comes back on. And I got more. I've got a lot more that I'm working on. But yeah, I don't know what else. Let's see what else you guys have got for me. See, Route, great guest looking forward to. How did an astrologer get caught up in legal problems? Didn't the stars tell him? What are you talking about? Robert Sepper is not an astrologer. He's an anthropologist. And Robert Sepper has a lot of people coming after him. Because he speaks very controversial truth to on matters of human origins and all that other stuff. Let's see here. It's gonna smell like hoagies in there. Hoagies? Italians don't eat hoagies. That's not an Italian word. If we made ourselves a sandwich, we would not call it a hoagie. Esther says, I'm so grateful for you, Frank. Blessed New Year to you and all the Franklies and Franciscans. Well, hello, Serbian bot. Hello, Hamburglar Helper. Good to see you guys all hanging out in Rumble and over on Pilled. Stucky, thank you for the gold pills. Okie7, thank you. Twisted Stick says, Frank, it's my lucky day. I was hopping on to watch last night's stream and caught you live. Happy New Year. Is another reason why the B-side streams are going to be so important in the new year. One-off topics, call-in topics, open lines, special interviews. Like, for example, next week, I'm going to have Tony Arterburn on with me, I think on January 6th. We're going to do a quick stream, B-side stream, sometime at around, the 10 o'clock hour, 11 o'clock hour, where we just talk about precious metals, maybe 30, 40 minutes, and then we're out. Those little things. And again, not only does it give me a little bit more space and comfort with what we do at the 7 o'clock show, which I really want to make more focused around people being in studio, round tables. But it also gives me some more play for people who are in different time zones and often miss the nighttime. So that's why we do that. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? Let's see here. Bless you all much. My cat battled an owl or an eagle. He's all gimpy, so he gets the canned cat food. All right. Well, I think we did well. Now, as far as tonight goes, ladies and gentlemen, I may go live around 11:50 p.m. from my phone, and it would only be from YouTube, of course, because it would be for the ball dropping. I don't know. We'll see. That might not happen, but maybe I'll take a video and I'll post it to the members only section. That's what I'll do. I'll post it members only. So like I usually do. There's so much great members only stuff that you can find if you're a monthly sponsor. It's posted to the members only section on quitefrankly.tv. If you go there and try to access it, you get the password as a sponsor. But if you want to access the members only section, go there and it'll bring you right to the sponsorship registration page. You can become a YouTube member now. There's a whole category of members only posts there that you are all mirrored on Patreon Subscribestar. But you know what? I need more pen pals. Who's going to be a pen pal? You're going to read books? You're going to watch movies with us in the new year? How about I get some pen pals? We have a couple of openings on Patreon and Subscribestar for pen pals and postcards. But something to consider. I hope you guys are well. Is that all the parting shots here? All the parting shots here from Horace. Amid your hopes and worries, amid rage and fear, treat every dawning day like it's your last, and every hour unhoped for will be welcome. Horace. Have a great break. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Best wishes for 2026. And please advise if I may be of service to you in the future. Professor Lawson Bowling. He's such a great man and has become a good friend. As a good friend. Really has been. From Terry. Frank, did you ever talk about that movie, The Great Flood, you had watched? Oh, okay. 11:24. I got 6 minutes left. Maybe I can do this. Okay, so Lauren and I were watching this movie. I don't know how the hell we got through it. We started it at like 9:30 and we watched the whole thing. Lauren stayed up 2 hours. And because we just couldn't turn it off. And it was daunting, but it was, I don't know, I was taking notes the whole time. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean disaster film called The Great Flood. And and essentially you have this woman, an AI programmer, who is, the world is suffering catastrophic flooding and all that other shit, and everybody's being wiped out. And she is essential to the survival of the new humanity, because she is the only programmer left, AI programmer left, who is dealing with a very specific part of the new. No, it isn't subtitled, AK. You can, in Netflix, you can go in there and you can choose the overdubbing, and you can choose English, and it just overdubs the whole thing in an English voice. And the English voices are pretty good. It's not very Godzilla-like at all, if you're going to watch it. She's an AI programmer, but she's specifically responsible for this, what they call the emotion engine. Okay? And she had to create the AI engine for creating human emotions for a new race of humanoid robots, which is supposed to be the new humanity. Which, listen, it's not about making humanity pass on, because of course the whole idea is that they're going to launch all of these people into space. The world is going to get destroyed, and then they're going to come down from low I mean, like orbit or something like that, and then they just start seeding the world again, and it's all AI. Everyone in this movie comes standard with like 7 minutes of air. Like nobody drowned. Everybody I don't know what the hell it is. Everybody's underwater for like, I don't know. There's just so much fucking water. Everything is so wet. Anyway, you got to check it out, because they're talking about how like no one is really cut out to be a mom, and no one's going to, this one person, there's redeeming parts of it, but there's a lot that I don't understand. The programmer, she has a son, and he has been, he has to be saved. And apparently part of her programming, her ability to program human emotions, is to become a mom so that she can better understand what drives human beings. It really comes down to, this is why we have to watch iRobot together for film club this year. I have it on a long list of things that we're going to watch together as a culture club. And in iRobot, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Will Smith, the reason why he hates robots and all these Borgs that they're living with as, you know, maids and everything else, the reason why he hates it is because it was back in the day, he was in a car accident on a bridge, and these cars fell into the water, and he was drowning in a car, and a robot came down and he was going to save him, and Will Smith is telling the robot, no, go save the child. There was a child in another car, or a child in the back seat or whatever, that was drowning as well. And Will Smith, as a human, his instinct is save the child. But the robot is looking at probability of survival and said that Will Smith had the higher probability. I'm taking him. Whereas we're human, we're, you know, what drives us? No, save the child. At least make the attempt. And it's that is really what drives his disdain and distrust of these things, because they're not human, no matter how much they simulate mankind and all that stuff. Well, it's the same. That kind of perspective translates into this movie, where it's crazy. Everything's getting destroyed. They go up. She's got the kid. They essentially take the essence of the child and her, and they want to make that the basis of the programming for the new humanity, to try to make these robots as human as possible. But what happens is that the actual flood becomes a simulation. And she is running through this simulation the tens of thousands of times. It's daunting. She keeps going through the simulation because every time she goes through, she's trying to save new people. She's trying to save this young Korean couple that is having a baby while the flooding is going on. She wants to save them. She wants to save this older couple that is having an issue. And of course, you gotta take a look at it. The flood becomes a simulation, and it's all about like transmitting memories so that the new humanity can be rebuilt on Earth. There are things I don't like about the premise that Lauren and I were talking about, but it roped us in, and I couldn't look away. And I'd like to know what some of you guys think about it. It's called The Great Flood. Okay. And I don't want to give away too much. It's a premise that I don't think really spoiled much for you guys, but I would like to see what you guys think about it. As far as Stranger Things go, because people have been asking about that, I can't. I'm watching it now because it's funny. And I love how so many people are ripping it, that I'm having fun ripping it with everybody else. It's becoming a movie rip. And I think that we got the best we could have. Who knows? Tonight, the last of the episodes are posted, or tomorrow or something like that, and we will see what the hell happens with this. But I just don't understand how the whole town of Hawkins can be in a military quarantine for 2 years. And it's still crazy for people within Hawkins to consider something paranormal or supernatural might be happening. Like the earth opened up at the end of season 4, and you can see into the glowing red underbelly of the Upside Down. There's these strange ropey vines all over the place. And still you have Robin, this lesbian character that they introduced, who just outlived her usefulness a season and a half ago. Her lesbian lover thinks Robin is on drugs for talking about monsters all the time. Like, what why do you think she's on drugs? Did you not see? Like, you guys live in You're quarantined. Why is this all? Why? And who's this Indian girl again? I think she's from season 2. Just get her the hell out of here. There's too many characters. I would have killed half of them off by last year. 11's aura is all gone. Okay? When she was having these like awesome moments when she was 9 years old. You know, using her psychic powers to throw a Demogorgon up against the wall and all that shit. And she's like closing up portals to another world. She's screaming. Her nose is bleeding and all that. Now she's bleeding profusely from the nose and struggling to lift like, the plates. You know the plates that you put down on the steel plates you put down on a piece of like road construction to cover up a gigantic hole, a construction, whatever. Now she's like lifting the plate. Like where the hell's all her power? What is all this shit? And the meeting of Will coming out. Will coming out. We all knew that this was like they have to get a gay character. We have to get this going. So we knew that this was coming and that he was going to come out to everybody. But the fact that they made Will's accepting his homosexuality the key to unleashing his power is hilarious. Aside from the fact that if this was really 1987, really 1988, over half of the people in that room would have said, ew, no, I'm out. Nah. I mean, we're talking about it's the height of the AIDS crisis. It's so 2025 cringe. It's unbelievable. Nothing. Oh my. There's several AI renditions of what that meeting would have actually been like. I posted it on Telegram last night. And also in the Discord and on Twitter as well. It's hilarious. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. They don't kill anybody off. Karen Wheeler, okay? That Robin should have been killed off in season 4. She's just a babbling brook of nonsense. Okay, they couldn't even kill off Karen Wheeler, the mom character. There is okay, I'll put the last episode, there is a Jurassic Park velociraptor in the kitchen scene. You know the velociraptors in the kitchen, they're looking out for Timmy and the other and his sister, and they're kind of sniffing around and they get so close to being seen and all that shit. Well, they take inspiration obviously from the Jurassic Park velociraptor scene, and they have 3 demodogs looking around for Lucas and Robin's squeeze. And you're watching this and there's no danger to these characters. No danger whatsoever. So the question is that what was going to be the Deus Ex Machina moment where somebody just swoops in and saves them all or creates a diversion? You know it was coming. And in comes mangled Karen Weaver, the only one to go up and fight a Demogorgon and stabs a Demogorgon with a broken bottle, and then she gets slashed to shit, and they couldn't kill her off. In comes mangled Karen Weaver, fresh off of her hospital bed, who had the foresight to put an oxygen tank into a laundromat dryer and somehow just knew that you could put it on the dryer cycle and there would be a standoff in the laundry room at some point, and that the exploding gas canister would only ever kill the demo dogs and not the kids she's trying to save. Perfectly timed, ridiculous from a character who should have been dead. Nothing makes sense. And I'm sitting back. This is me the whole time. I'm sitting back going, and this is not what the Duffer Brothers probably expected of people. I'm just sitting back laughing around. Listen, don't let this discourage you from watching Stranger Things. I'm telling you, season 1 through 4, 2 was a step back, 3 was a step forward, 4 was pretty damn cool. Should have ended at 4. This, you gotta watch it to finish it, and it's just fascinating how whether it's Game of Thrones or Stranger Things, I don't know how they can turn this ship around. Maybe they do. It's just fascinating how you can take a good thing with so much potential and stumble and fall at the finish line. AK says, meanwhile, half an hour is dedicated to lesbians having a talk about same-sex love with Will, and this one convo from a stranger hypes him up and gives him courage. There's so many needless powwows in this. So many needless powwows. I can't tell you how many times I've been, what's going on? Oh, they're talking again. And I go back to like texting or, whatever, putting together show material or something like that. What's going on now? Anything? Okay. I just don't, anyway. All right. It's 11:36. I did an hour and 6 minutes. So I love you all. Thank you so much for the time here tonight. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything, anything else. And, I'm pretty sure we did. I have to go buy a toilet seat. And I think you guys we're all in for a good year. We got to be the men and women in the arena. Whatever happens, the one thing that we can promise ourselves is there's going to be no lack of trying, no lack of effort. Forget about that word try. No lack of effort. It's going to be effort. Forward momentum. Okay? No laterals. Forward momentum. Goal line formation. We're punching one through. That's what we're doing. Okay? At the very least, I may see you guys tomorrow. I think I might want to do another New Year's morning coffee, hello, and before I go to one brunch or another. Thank you guys, and a very, very happy New Year to you all. Goodbye.